So Nikhil's been great. He's been a very fast learner and very fast engineer in general. So he's completed most of his base project like within like the first 2 weeks, the first 3 weeks, and then he moved on to modifications. So basically, he wanted to So his project is a coin sorter, and he wanted to sort coins. So he didn't really have any mechanical experience before, and was like, "How can I do it?" And I was just like, "Okay, dude, just draw it out. I'm sure you'll figure it out." And well, figure it out he did. And here we are with a complete CAD model, which is like completely original. I don't think I've seen anything like it before. But yeah, here he is.
Hello everyone, my name is Nikhil and I'm an incoming sophomore at Irvington High School. And before I start giving my demonstration, I just want to say great job to all of the demonstrations before me. They were all really awesome. But just to start with mine, this is my coin sorter. And originally, like Nazir said, it was the custom object detection project. So I chose this project because machine learning is a topic that's been really interesting for me. Because it's always amazed me, how can something that's not alive, something like a computer, an object, be able to learn, be able to like teach itself? Because considering I can't even learn that well myself, so it's really impressive that a computer can teach itself. So I'm just going to give a quick overview of what you can expect for my demonstration before I actually start it. So I have a server right here and a camera right here, and essentially if the camera detects that it's a quarter, the server should tilt to the left, and then the coin should fall into the left slot. And if it detects a penny, the coin should fall into the right slot. So I'm just going to demonstrate that right now. So right here, as you guys can all see, this is a quarter. So like I said, these lights should turn red, and it should fall into the left slot. And this is a penny, and it should do the opposite. It should turn green, and it should fall into the right slot. And once I finished this project, I had a lot of time left, and I really wanted to do something useful with that time. So I did a lot of things to this little display here that I'm going to show you now. So as you can see, I added a total price tracker that shows how much money is actually inside of the coin tracker right now. And I also have 2 counters that show how many of each coin there is. And like I demonstrated before, there's 1 penny and 1 quarter. And in addition to that, if I just press this joystick to the right, or to the right, it has a little bar graph that shows how many of each coin there are, and it also has a pie chart of how many each coin there are, and it has a line graph to show how confident the model is. So essentially, if I go like this, you can see that the model, it's like a little bit shaky, but if I just put the coin directly on, it should be a lot more confident. And yeah. So throughout this project, I learned a lot of different things, but I'm just going to quickly talk about a quick technical overview of all the components. So everything, or this main part was completely CAD'd and 3D printed. It's just the coin sorter function, and it essentially has a hole through here that has an axle. And then on the back, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but you guys should be able to see through there. There's a little servo, and then it turns based on what the camera up here detects. And over here, I have my display, my joystick, and my LEDs. And this is just my Raspberry Pi, and it has a script running on it that contains my train model. And yeah, that's essentially all of the technical stuff with my project. Throughout the project, I faced a lot of different challenges, but I would think the most challenging of all the challenges was definitely training the model itself. As you can see, coins, they're not really very different objects. They're both small and they're both circular. So it was really difficult to train the objects. As well, this Raspberry Pi camera was really blurry. So at first, I tried training the model by downloading images from the internet and then uploading it to the Teachable Machine website, which is the website that I used to train the model. But that didn't really work because the camera that I have is really blurry and it couldn't tell the fine details that were on the downloaded images. So then I tried using my phone camera to take pictures of like the coins, but that also didn't work because the Pi camera is just, I don't know, it was really finicky, it just didn't work. So I ended up having to take pictures on the Raspberry Pi camera itself, so I made this script that takes 5 pictures every second when I hold down the spacebar. So I used that script and I took 1,000 pictures of both pennies and quarters, And then I used a file transfer protocol called SCP, and I basically used that protocol to transfer all of those pictures of the coins onto my MacBook. And then on my MacBook, I used the Teachable Machine software to then train the model using the software, all of the pictures that I took. And after I did all of that, it still didn't work. And I had to do that 22 more times. I had to transfer them and back and forth 22 times. And as you heard before, these models can take a long time to train, so it was a really tedious process. But in the end, I adjusted a few of the parameters such as epochs, and epochs are essentially how many times the machine learning model will traverse through the pictures. So for example, I had 1,000 pictures. So if I have 8 epochs, that means the machine learning model will traverse through those 1,000 pictures 8 times. So I messed around with those parameters a little bit, and I was able to finally create a model that works, as you can see here. So I learned a lot of different things at Bluestem, but I think the main thing that I learned was CADing. And like I said, I have no experience with CADing before, and I just want to thank Taran for teaching me how to CAD, because it was really difficult for me, but he stuck with me through it, and as you can see, the CADs turned out pretty good. And I guess the other thing that I learned was debugging, since I had a lot of different problems that I had to face, and I just stayed persistent with everything, and everything turned out to work pretty well. Thank you. Any questions?
This is great. Did you try to put penny and quarter both together?
Oh, yeah, I can try that. I've never done this before. Let's see what happens. So I assumed thought it was a quarter, since a quarter is a bigger object. So yeah.
Will you and David be combining projects so he can tell you where all the money is and you can sort?
Yeah, I think that's an excellent idea. What do you think, David?
It's not a question, it's more a comment. It's very commendable that you tried 22 times and persisted. I think that's a very important trait to have. So
Yeah.
good job on that.
Thank you so much. I had a lot of support and help, so I was able to get it done.
How long did it take you to CAD?
So it was my first time CADing, so I think this one took me around 3 days to CAD, and this case took me 2 days to CAD.
So you mentioned how with a penny and a quarter, it's very hard to distinguish between them because again small circles, right? With let's say a dime and a quarter, it's not only that but the same color. So were you able to try
So, originally, my project, I wanted to be able to sort all of the different kinds of coins, but after trying a few different kinds of models, I just realized it would be impossible with the camera that I've been given, since it's really blurry. If you can see, I'll just put my finger, or a coin, I guess. It's really hard to see all the details on the actual camera. So putting 4 different kinds of coins was just really far beyond the limitations of what I have. So
Have you ever thought about upgrading your Pi camera to a better sensor, or having more megapixels inside the sensor?
yeah, I really wanted to do that because I also want to be able to sort 4 different kinds of coins, like I said before. So that's the next step for me to do that.
Have you thought about instead of using a camera to use weight detection, because all coins have very specific weight?
Yeah, so I was originally stuck, and as a lot of people do when they're stuck, I went to ChatGPT. And that's what ChatGPT recommended me to do, but I just didn't really have the time to implement all of that. And I ended up getting the camera working. So if I do want to get all 4 coins working, that is definitely something